Okay, guys, so right now, one of the biggest problems I see on Etsy is inconsistent sales. So one week you might have daily orders coming in, plenty of orders, but then the next week you might have barely any orders coming in. And everybody just keeps saying the same thing. Oh, you just need to put out more listings, or you need to fix the algorithm somehow. But honestly, guys, that is almost never the real issue. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what the one main thing was that I changed in my personal shop to finally stop having inconsistent sales. And I've got the first-hand proof of this. Last month, did well over 5 figures on Etsy. I've done well over 300K on Etsy over the years. And before we talk about that one thing, we first need to understand why your sales feel a little bit all over the place. And so for most of you, your shop probably looks a little bit something like this. So you've got between 20 and 150 listings. Every now and then you might get one listing that starts making some decent sales for you, spikes a little bit, but then just drops right back down again, and then things tend to go really quiet. So it's very natural, and trust me, don't worry, I've been there myself as well, to start feeling that you need to start changing a load of things with your listings. So then you think, oh, do I need to change the SEO? And you start changing that. Then you think, oh, I just need to upload a ton more listings. So then you start uploading loads more listings. Or you just start thinking, oh, Etsy's broken this month. Like Etsy just hates my shop this month. And sometimes you make a load of these changes, right? And you might see a little bit of improvement. You might see another spike, but then as it so often does, sales just drop right back down again. So clearly, as the evidence is showing you, doing these changes is not working. There is a more fundamental issue to what we're doing here. And what's actually happening is a few of your listings have proven to have the ability to convert customers, just not on a consistent basis. But then the majority of your listings are maybe proven to get a few views, like maybe Etsy have started testing them by putting them in front of customers. They might get the odd favorite, but they don't have that conversion proof there that they are set up in the right way to convert customers consistently. And if your ability to convert customers is inconsistent, what do you think your income level from Etsy is going to be? It's going to be inconsistent. And so from me personally, like I said, I've been through this, I've lived this experience. The one thing that I really focused on changing that really had the biggest impact to my Etsy shop overall was not SEO. It was not just uploading a ton of new listings, right? In my digital product shop, I've only got just over 100 listings. In my first Japanese tableware business, I had, again, just over 100 listings. In my POD shop, I've got around about 300 and something listings, okay? These are not crazy numbers. This was not the solution. The solution that finally got my sales being super consistent was paying extreme attention to detail in the images and the mock-ups and the presentation of my products. Mock-ups and your presentation should be treated as the number one thing that you focus your time on before you do absolutely anything else. On Etsy, the mock-ups you use, they're going to do two very crucial jobs. Number one, they're going to get you to click. I say this in so many videos. If no one clicks on your product, they'll never even get the chance to buy your product. And then number two, the images and the infographics that you use within your listings has to then convert the customer. And so, like I say so often, you could have the best SEO in the world. You know, I see so many other YouTubers saying like how important SEO is. And fine, I'm not saying it's not important, right? But you could have 10 out of 10 SEO, okay? You could have the best product in the world. You could have the most perfectly scripted product description, right? But if nobody clicks on your product, and I get so passionate about this because it is so important, if nobody clicks on your product, they will never even see anything else after that, right? And then even if your images are good enough to get that first click, guys, and the customer actually gets onto your listing, if then the images don't present the product in the best light and you don't have the right infographics there to answer customer questions, they will get nervous, the customer will get nervous, and they won't buy from you because, again, they won't trust you. The presentation of your product, especially when selling a product online, is everything. So I'm going to dive a lot deeper with you in this video, right, on how to actually get the best mockups, what to look for in the presentation, and just a few key principles which I've always applied myself and with clients that I work with to get our conversion rates up to, well above 6%, well above 7%. I'll flash up some conversion rates from my shops on the screen now, and you can see, guys, it really does work. And so Now let's talk about mockups, right? Most people, whenever you hear me say, we need better mockups, we need better presentation, you might initially think, how do we make the mockups look more pretty? How do we make it look more aesthetic? And yeah, fine, I'll say that is an important part of it, but there's other more important parts that we also really need to consider, okay? So first of all, the mockup and certainly your main presentation image for the product you're selling, it needs to be clear. Guys, this is non-negotiable. The product has to be clear. You need to win that first click, okay? Your thumbnail image is everything. I just can't put into words how important it is. And so I like to do this by really making the product stand out as much as possible, having a clear background around the product, if it's a POD product or a physical product, for example. If it's a digital product, such as clip art, show the number of actual clip art images they get within the pack, bold, make it front and center, make it really stand out. You can also use a collage in clip art packs or digital product mockups, for example. Just anything that you can do to really make the viewer and the shopper feel that there is so much value for money within your product, and the image is so eye-catching that they just have to click and they have to find out more. Second rule is your images should also show the product in context. So again, if it's a POD product of a mug, for example, show them holding the mug, show the mug in a hand, right? This is something I do all the time with my POD mugs, okay? And again, if it's a t-shirt, show them wearing a t-shirt. If it's clothing of any nature, show how the clothing fits on a human. If it's a digital product, right, show what the digital product will look like when it's printed out and help somebody really visualize what that product is going to look like in the end use scenario. So again, this is all essential stuff. Then thirdly, we need to make sure that the product and the way that we present the product, even down to the level of the infographics we use, they are in the same taste as what the buyer is looking for. So again, this is why I always say that niching down and having a well-branded store is so important, because you can then match the colors you use, the presentation, whether you're selling art, for example, and you show the mock-up of the art in a very expensive looking house or a house which is of, say, a completely different vibe, right? A certain customer profile that's looking at that product and looking at how it's presented is going to resonate a lot more with one presentation technique versus another. And you might think that these small details don't matter, but I tell you, I invested a lot of money in a marketing course, right? At the very start of selling online, of selling anything online, right? And it was some of the best money I've ever spent, because you learn about all of this stuff. You learn about branding. All of this stuff is so important, guys, honestly. And yeah, if you really apply those rules, regardless of what you're selling, okay, present the product in the best light, get the best mockups possible, even invest in them off Etsy if you need to. This is what I personally do with all of my mockups. Use PSD mockups so that they look so much more realistic. PSDs, smart object layers, where they've got the shadow in, the creases, all that sort of stuff, like realistic textures. They're always going to perform so much better rather than just using JPEG or PNG mockups that you just drag and drop images over on Canva. They never convert as well. You really want to do everything you can to present your products in the best possible light that you can. And again, like I said with the example of the digital artwork, for example, right? Get it shown in a frame, get it shown in a house, get it shown how it will look when the customer goes and gets it printed off, show it with the end use in mind, and match that end use case scenario up as close as you possibly can with what the actual end use is going to be for the customer. And guys, look, I know this is a lot of talking. I know this is a lot of words, right? And it's hard sometimes to really take this all in. So if you're someone that prefers a more step-by-step, broken down, piece-by-piece training, then I've done a whole training module on this very subject within my Etsy Accelerator community. It's just one of the course modules, along with over 20 plus hours of other detailed training modules in the community. And guys, I've shown it on videos before. The results, they do speak for themselves. Got members like Fion now crossing over 500 sales, selling digital products in a very short space of time on Etsy. I also literally just posted a video where I did an interview with Shada, where she literally now has just made $19,000 Canadian in a 30-day period on Etsy within just a few months of selling on the platform. And guys, you'd have seen in the previous YouTube videos, the original plan was going to be to cap out the members on the 31st of December. But over the last few days, we've had a lot of messages of people still trying to get into the community, still wanting to lock in a good price in the new year. I know a lot of you missed the last launch. So what I'm going to do, just because I love all of you so much and I want to be as fair as possible to everybody, for the next 24 hours only, just for the people who are actually serious about get going on Etsy in 2026, I'm opening up 15 more spaces to join the community at the discounted rate. So if you wanted to get in, guys, now is going to be the best time to do it. This is the last time it's going to be at this price. It will for sure be going up afterwards because we're just about to add a lot of new features in there. So if you wanted to lock in that price, get in now. 24 hours it's going to be open for. After that, it's done. It'll never be this cheap again. So link as always in the video description, guys. I'd love to see you as part of the family. But moving back to the video, let's now talk about how you can get a simple mock-up system put in place for your shop that you can use time and time again for more consistent sales. And so instead of going back to the drawing board, right, and reinventing the wheel every single time you make a new listing, please stop doing that. Put the time into creating a proper mock-up template system. And so for each type of product you sell, whether it's POD, something like a mug, or whether it's digital products, something like wall art, throughout your whole store, just select, say, 3 to 5 high quality mockups that you use as your thumbnail images for your products and just leave it as that. Okay. So for example, if you're selling digital product like wall art, you might have 2 that show the product in a high quality living room. You might have another 2 that show it in a bedroom or a passageway, and then maybe 1 that shows it, I don't know, in a bathroom or something, right? Just a selection of high quality mockups, and just stick to using these mockups on all of your different products. So throughout your whole store, there's not, say, 100 different ways of presenting products, okay? Getting really messy. You just stick to the simple mockups that you know work. And then once you've got a select few mockups, this gives you a foundational starting point where you can then start to run controlled tests from. So what I mean by that, guys, is you have your consistent 5 mockups that you always use on your store, and then say each month you run a test where you introduce 1 new mockup. Right? You then look at your CTRs, so your click-through rates via Etsy ads, and you see how this new mockup that you've introduced is performing in comparison to your other mockups that you use as standard. Okay. You can then base decisions on data with control and 1 variable each time. And then if the variable performs better than one of your control mockups, you can then swap it out. And that new one that's performing well will become part of your standard mockup selection. And over time, if you keep doing this with a controlled test, this is how you use data to scale your shop based on what you know is working, rather than just guesswork all of the time. And this is such a simple principle. I was an engineer for 7 years, right? Having a control test that you run and exchanging 1 variable each time, it gives you the best results, okay? And this is why you'll see some shops that just appear to be running the same on the surface as every other shop scale at such a faster rate, even though you can't quite pinpoint what they're doing well. It's because they're making decisions based off strategic data rather than just guesswork, okay? This is a fundamental part of getting incredible results on Etsy. And then again, if you're selling a product such as clip art or SVGs or anything like that, right? Have the templates made up, have pre-existing templates already made up, so that then each time the only thing that changes is the artwork, okay? So then you can load the template up, and all you have to do is upload the new artwork for the new product, right? And just drag and drop it in each time into the template. And then at least you know that the presentation style and the mock-up style of your imagery works and is proven. And so this is one really good bit of advice that I'm going to give, especially to the newer sellers, okay? Just have a selection of mock-ups when you first start your store, run proper tests, okay? See which presentation style works the best. You'll very clearly see one of them is going to do better than the other ones, right? That then is going to become your template product for whatever it is you're selling. So again, like clip art, I've already run a lot of these tests for you guys. So I've literally gone away and I've made templates and I've put them in the community that all of my members can use because I know that the templates are proven. So then no matter what artwork it is you're creating that you want to sell, all you have to do is just create the artwork and drag and drop it into the proven templates because you know that they work. And again, I do the same thing with my personal mug shop, right? I've carried out the tests, so I know which mug mockups perform best on Etsy because I've got so much data there to prove it. So over time, I just keep scaling out on the mockups that I know are working, replace one each time, run control tests, and just continue to scale based on what is working. More than likely, if you are not getting the success, it is because of your presentation and it is because of your imagery. One of the very first things that we changed with Shada's store, right? The interview that I just posted on YouTube, she came to me only earning $25 per month. She had a ton of listings, okay? Put a ton of time and effort into it. So I saw how somebody can put so much time in, get burnt out, not get the results. We only had to make a few very small changes to the way that we present the products, to the imagery that we use, and the actual marketing techniques of the products. And suddenly her shop started absolutely exploding. The results are there, guys. If you're thinking Etsy's not working for you, or you just don't know what it is to do, start with your images and start with presentation and keep testing new mockups, new templates, new presentation styles, new infographics until something works. I just keep saying this, right? You will not fail if you keep testing new angles properly until something works. There is enough evidence out there, okay, guys? So yeah, just promise me that you're going to do that. And like I said, guys, don't forget, if you want all of this training in a much more step-by-step, digestible format, direct access to me as well via messages, direct access to people like Shada, people like Fion that have been there and done it before, then there is a limited amount of spaces, only 15 left in the community for the next 24 hours. That is it before the price is going up considerably. If you want to get in, now is going to be the best chance. I would love to have you in there as part of the family, guys. Otherwise, if you just want some more free content on YouTube, feel free to check out this video here. I think it'll really help you. Take care, guys. I love you all. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.